Hello again, and welcome back to the world of sheet materials. I was trying to work out what to do next, and I couldn't really decide whether I'd start on the plumbing sort of bathroomy things or make my bed, metaphorically. I decided, however, at the end of the month, my father is coming to help me with the blacking, and working back from that, it would be great to get the final two skin fittings for the drainage into the hole before it's painted. And then working back from that, I don't want to just try and calculate where they are and get it wrong. So I need to fit the plumbing, which means fitting hopefully to the sink and also the bathroom area, the shower and the sink there and all that. So that means I'm started working on the bathroom, which is why I've been cutting yet more sheet materials. That's for the sort of one of the shower enclosures bit, and it's one of the things, boy. When you start, there are so many different little aspects to it. I'm afraid this is one of these, a bit like the last Electrics. This is going to take me weeks by the time I've got everything done. There's the cubicle to do, there's a little cupboard, there's the plumbing itself, there's waterproofing it, there's painting it. Oh, so much to do, and wish it wouldn't, but it has to be done.
Well, somewhat perversely, I'm starting with the little fiddly nice-to-have bits, but that's entirely because it's right in the corner, and as soon as I start building the shower, I won't be able to get to it. And so what it is, when I cut out the main piece of the bulkhead, I cut these pieces out, and they are going to, well, they intended to be little cubby holes from the bedside. They're, somewhere to put your phone and a book or two. You can kind of see the concept and going for. And then the other side wall will be the back of the shower, and then I'll put a sort of backing plate on the rear there. Step 1, drilling the hole for the floor drain. I haven't had the best of luck with shower trays. I bought one actually a year ago, well before the boat, when I was still in that, it's so exciting, I want to buy something. And it's been sitting in my bedroom for over the last year. I opened it last week, and to my disappointment, there was a big sort of crack in the corner. And when I looked at it, I didn't open it at the time, but I could see then it had been crushed. And of course, after a year, it's far too late. So I've just ordered a new one, and it came, and it was really well packaged. You can see all these reinforcing corners and things. But alas, just in the middle, there has also been a bit crushing, and there's a bit of a crack there. The seller didn't really want to exchange it, so they offered me a very miserly discount, but I've negotiated to still a miserly discount, but well, obviously acceptable because I've accepted it and I just want to get on with it now. It's only kind of cosmetic, so most of that will be hidden, but there's just that little bit I'll have to do something about. But it means I can get on with it at least. It's finally warmed up a bit. It's been absolutely freezing the past few days, given it's June. So I'm very grateful about that. Anyway, I've bought, in a belt and braces thing, I bought some, it's hideously expensive, basically, piece of butyl rubber with some sticky plastic on it. The brand name's Aquastrap. There are lots of other types as well. And the point of it is that it's to go on the back of the shower where it goes against the walls, and it's supposed to be another seal as well as the silicone. I'm desperately trying to stop any bits of water going down. Especially it's a wood floor. It's bad enough if it's concrete or tile, but given it's wood, I just don't want any bits of water to be seeping down there. Especially as well, it's quite a shallow tray, and there's not much of a lip on it. And given the wonk of the boat, it could easily quite get to the point where it's getting towards the rim. So I thought for some pounds, in the long run, given the expense of everything else, it was worth it. I have to say, this is not quite as easy as the manufacturer's video makes it look, but I'm getting the hang of it, just about. That's it installed. This is not its final, well, it is its final resting place, but it's not, it will be removed. I just put it on because I wanted to see how much difference it made to the overall dimensions. And it is a few millimetres, so I'm glad I checked. The washing machine has arrived, but alas, quite recently the delivery men were no way going to bring it up there, so I'm going to have to call on my compatriots better nature to give me a hand. What nice people at the boatyard. So you may be wondering, and quite reasonably, Stephen, why on earth are you bought a washing machine at this stage in proceedings? Well, every centimetre in here is accounted for, and as you can see, I wanted to construct a small cupboard to fit between the shower and the washing machine. And rather than just go off measurements, that you can get online and have to put some tolerances in, I thought, given that every centimetre really does count, it would be a lot easier to have the washing machine there, and I can actually see whether it fits, which it does. Alas, before I go any further, I cannot escape the irrefutable logic that I should paint the ceiling in the bathroom area, because once I start putting stuff in, it's going to be so cluttered. So that is what I'm going to do. While the first coat of the undercoat's drying, I'm going to turn my attention to making a worktop for the cupboard and the washing machine area. As is my wont, I pull these out of, I rescue them from being put into a skip and actually pull them out. Obviously somebody's old oak worktop, but it will do. The unfortunate thing is, I was hoping to be able to cut a slice out of the bottom here or something, but the area I need to do is just a bit too long. So what I've decided, given that worktops are so horrendously expensive at the moment, and I've been struggling very much with finding something for the kitchen, which you will no doubt hear more of a diatribe again sometime in the future. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, as they're made of block and cut up, I'm going to cut two of them and join them together, and then place the joint basically where the basin is. So you're not going to see too much of it, I would hope. Ruddy hell, that's heavy. If nothing else, it'd be good to cut small pieces so I can lift it. Gosh, that was quite dusty. I think I'm going to, well, I kind of wasn't due for a shower, but I'm going to have a shower, I think, because I'm absolutely covered in it. Well, with the first sand, they've come up quite nicely. And on the rear side, I've done what are termed dog bones, as you can see why. And what I'll do with these is I'll put then some worktop connectors in there, and that'll help clamp it together. I'll use glue as well. And the worktops will have to be put to one side for a moment because I'm waiting for the worktop connectors from Screwfix and they haven't arrived yet. So I will think of something else to do tomorrow. Morning. The painting's finished. Well, I should qualify that. The parts of the painting that I've started have been done. There are still some other bits, not this, I'm pointing at this, but the other parts of the shower partition, which I'm not cutting until the door arrives. I'm just at the moment the holy halt is not cutting until I physically have the other thing in my hand rather than sort of working on hypothetical measurements. And talking of hypothetical measurements, so I have hypothetically measured where I think the skin fitting for the drain is going to be, which is where this whole this whole tangent of doing this part started from. However, again, I've cut this bit in the board, but there's not going to be any holes in the made in the hull until the sink arrives and I can plumb together the drain waste pipe and see exactly where it comes out. So I'm pretty sure it's here, but I said there's no point taking any chances. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is start as much as again. I can't until everything's here, but what I can, the bits I can do, I'm going to start plumbing together. The various online orders are starting to come in, and one of them has been the some of the plumbing bits. So I've been able to check where the drain hole is meant to be, the skin fitting. And happily, it's where I thought it was going to be. However, we're still going to do the tiny pilot hole just in case, because it's very near actually one of the rubbing strips, and I really don't want to be trying to drill a hole through a rubbing strip. Let's see. Phew. I did measure it multiple times, but still, phew. Hopefully that's the penultimate hole in the hull. And some of the evil Dow black silicon, and voila. Quite pleased with that. As I said, more happy that I'm almost getting there to the end of hole making. The worktop connectors arrived, so I've put them in and put some glue in and screwed them up and left them overnight, so hopefully that is joined. And there's a little, this is on the side and I can see there's a little discontinuity of the surface, but A, that's in the side, and B, it will sand off, so I'm guessing there's one on the other side. Actually, it's not come back too bad. I mean, clearly there's a join. I mean, that and there's glue, which will be sanded off. But hey, most of that's going to be under where the sink is, and it's now a worktop that's the correct size. Well, I hope it is. I haven't checked haven't seen if it fits yet, but you know what I mean. That's the internal plumbing put in. So that 5-second video belies the fact that that's taken me all morning and a good chunk of the afternoon to do. I'm using solvent weld, so you've got no second chances. So it was very much a case of measuring multiple times and then cutting with on the side of caution, and then finding that slightly too big, and so recutting it. Anyway, however it's done, it's a little more complex than you might expect as well, because what I'm trying to do is minimise the number of holes in skin fitting. So rather than having a separate skin fitting for the sink and for the washing machine and for the shower, as you can see, everything will go through to the one larger fitting. I've also included a waterless trap in there. Now you don't need a trap because this is not going in. It's just going out into the open air and then dropping into the canal, as it were. But I thought I'd include one just for mainly to stop any draft, if you get the wind blowing against it, so you don't want the gale blowing through the plug hole, and also stop anything, any creepy crawlies want to try and crawl in won't be crawling that way. So now I better get on with the rest of the plumbing. Well, I've been ploughing on with the plumbing, to coin a phrase, the last few days. Still going on it, as always. These things. Don't learn from experience. Each morning, this will take just a couple of hours, and late evening, which it is now, I'm still going. Anyway, it's late evening on a Friday, so it's about time to wrap this up so I can get it edited and uploaded for tomorrow. So thanks for watching. But before I go, one slight piece of news is I've actually set
I've actually set a going in the water date. Now, there is no way that I'm thinking I'm going to be finished anytime soon. The reason being is that I need to black the base plate of the boat. Currently, it's just bare metal, and so I want to do that on the way, so to avoid costs and moving the boat about all the time, which costs quite hundreds of pounds each time. I want to do it on the route to the water, but the area that they have for doing this, it gets booked up because it's quite popular for people to do it over the weekend. Anyway, so long story short, I'm booked to go in the water on the 2nd of October. I'll leave here on the 29th of September and spend the weekend in the blacking area and do the base plate and in the water. Like I said, won't be done then, but hopefully I will have enough to do it. So one part was the blacking. The other thing is, of course, by then I'll have been subtracting the December, which I took off. I'll have been doing this for a year and 3 months, and I need I need a change. Even if I'm doing something on the water and I can move. Anyway, that's the plan. It may go horribly wrong. I need to get some stern gear in the moment. If I go in the water, I'll be very quickly under the water. So yeah, that's it. Crack on. Anyway, 3 months. It's it might seem a lot of time to you, but in boat times, it's literally like next week. So I'll have to probably reprioritise some things. I'm not going to drop everything I'm doing now, but as I said, the stern gear needs to get done, and there needs to be a coat of paint on here before I go in the water properly. Anyway, enough rambling. So thanks for watching. Cheers, and I'll catch you next time.